Moving on, Bradley Beal. Now, I'm quite certain he is going to re-sign for 4 years with the Wizards. I think most people are. They're building something really special. You got, whether you like Kristaps or not, they've still got the first ever foundation they have had in Washington since 2017 with John Wall. Back then, they had John Wall, Otto Porter, and just some pieces. They've struggled to gain continuity. They've had Westbrook, did not create a foundation there. They had Dinwiddie, did not create a foundation there. Now they have Kuzma. Now they have Kristaps, and it looks like this will be a long-term thing. But if the Boston Celtics came to you with a good idea, like if you were Bradley Beal and the Celtics came up to you and said, we're going to offer you a sign and trade of a max, we're going to trade Marcus Smart and Al Horford in a first or two to the Wizards in a sign and trade, is that something you're thinking about if you are Bradley Beal? Do you think about maybe joining Brown and Tatum and
That's what I was going to say.
Williams and that?
The prospect of joining Tatum, like Tatum is a superstar at this point.
Yeah.
And Brown has improved a whole bunch in recent years. That would be real enticing. I'd love to see how it'd work out having Brown, Tatum, and Beal all on the same team.
Yeah.
And what'd you say they're sending back in return? Al Horford and Marcus Smart?
Yeah, so Al Horford will be on a $27 million team option next year, which I think the Celtics will accept because it can be a part of a sign and trade. Plus, he's an incredibly good center. And he might play in Washington. Whether he tries there or not, whether it's his last year, they probably won't care too much. They've got such a young foundation anyway. Marcus Smart's an incredibly solid defender who would live and breathe in Washington. He would live it up there. He's just one of those guys. And 2 first-round picks to help out with Kyle Kuzma, Denny Avdia. Don't know if Hachimura will still be there. There's been rumors they're looking to trade him for quite a while. Kispert and whoever they draft this year.
Yeah.
It's an idea.
I agree with you that, like, I can definitely see Beal re-signing there. And that idea is interesting, and it does make sense considering Al Horford and Marcus Smart, how they go over in Washington plus the picks. I don't know. I kind of just see Beal staying though.
Yeah. Well, think about the team the Wizards would have if he stayed. Like, think about the team. Let's just say free agency. I don't know who they would get. I could actually realistically see them trading for Malcolm Brogdon. I think he would be a guy. And let's just say they give up Hachimura and a protected first for Malcolm Brogdon, right? Because I think they're going to move Hachimura. He's not going to develop behind Kuzma.
Yeah.
And the Heat have been interested in so long about Hachimura.
Yeah.
Pacers might want him. Then you let KCP go. You finally develop Denny Avdia. Denny Avdia could grow into being the shooter that KCP is. Much more of a shot creator. A dude that could really help out. Then you're looking at a team that has point guard Malcolm Brogdon, shooting guard Bradley Beal, small forward Denny Avdia, power forward Kyle Kuzma, center Kristaps.
And I'd love to see that team play.
And off the bench, they would have one of the, if not the most solid benches in the league. You could bring back KCP to play 20 minutes per game off the bench. You've got him there.
For sure.
They've got the bloke that has been to like 40 different teams in the last 3 years. I forgot his name. He was on the Hornets most recently.
Not springing straight to mind.
Whatever. They've got him, Corey Kispert off the bench. The bench, I'm going to read it out right now so we can get like more of an understanding of how insane their bench would look like real quick.
Yeah, that team with having Brogdon, Kuzma, Beal, Porzingis, and Avdia developing into a great shooter, that would make... Well, Washington were serious for quite a while this season. That would make them a very serious team.
Do you want to hear their bench? So you've already got the starting five, which is an above-average starting five with 2 all-star caliber players. Their bench would look like KCP, Daniel Gafford, Corey Kispert, Ish Smith, whoever they draft, and whoever they go out and sign. And if they want to bring back Thomas Bryant, that's an option. They already
And
just
that's
had
solid.
Montrezl Harrell, but they will probably move on. You know, they just traded him, frees up some cap there. There's a lot going on right now with this Washington team. Plus, they've got a good coach who's done well in his first year.
Yeah, he really has. That would make Washington. I'd love to see that team play, and I can see that happening more than Beal to the Celtics, 100%.
Yeah, the defensive aspect of that team is questionable, though.
Very questionable, but it'd be fun to see them on offense.
Yeah. And even if you're like, well, shit, we're getting killed defensively right now. Brogdon's a great defender. Daniel Gafford off the bench is a good defender. KCP is a top 5 perimeter defender this league, statistically, this year, rather. There's movements they could always look up for, like, you know, try and get a backup point who's good defensively as well.
Yeah.
There's moves that they could do.
Oh, yeah, a lot of different moves they could make, and obviously that defensive capability off the bench, and they'd swap players in and out. I do rate Gafford quite highly, but yeah, that Washington team is pretty exciting.
They're tall as well. 6'5" Malcolm Brogdon a point, 6'9" Denny Avdia at the 3, 6'9" long athletic Kuzma at the 4. It's a tall team.
Real tall.
Yeah. So I like it, though. But yeah, I don't know. I think the Celtics would have a pretty good offer. And if you were Bradley Beal, though, let's just say they gave up Al Horford, Smart, some picks for Bradley Beal. The Celtics could very well. They still have Daniel Tice on $10 million, I believe. They've got Naismith on like $3 or $4 million. They could legitimately say to the Pacers as well, can we get Brogdon for this? Give up a first-round pick to make it happen as well. You give up 3 first-round picks, this and that, but you're rocking with a team next year that could look like Brogdon at the 1, Beal at the 2, Tatum at the 4, Brown at the 3, Williams at the 5. Off the bench, you would still have Peyton Pritchard still there. Derek White is still there. Grant Williams has been better this season. Again, yeah, there's definitely room to move. They just need to go get a better bench.
Imagine that team.
Yeah.
Imagine that starting 5. That would be scary. And I mean, Tatum, the sky is the limit at the moment. That man is a killer.
And it's not even unrealistic either. Because they have been linked to Beal for so long, and there was rumors about Brogdon previously.
Yeah.
And they're 2 tradable guys.
Very tradable, especially Brogdon.
Through the wastelands, through the